want mince pies. They're in the fridge, aren't they? I might get them later. After I've had a tipple. Oh, hello. Welcome to the Christmas special of Ask a Brit. This is episode 30. I don't know what episode it is at this point. I've had too much coffee. But the fact is, it's a Christmas special. My first ever Christmas special. And I'm very excited today because we've got a lot of Christmas-themed questions coming up from you lovely people. Some of you not so lovely people. The one who called me a badger earlier in the week. I don't know who that was or why they called me it. But, of course, I am in the Christmas spirit. They made me wear this. And by they, I mean my cat and my wife. And also this jumper. It's over a year old now, but it still does the job. And as you see, I'm in the Christmas spirit. I've got my Christmas tree behind me. What could be better? It's snowing outside. We've got a white Christmas Eve. Potentially Christmas, I'm sure it will be, because that'll still be on the ground. And I'm just feeling really good right now. And so I'm feeling very generous. And because of that, I am going to give a little dedication here today. Well, it's not actually my dedication. It's a dedication from Craig Richardson in Preston, Lancashire. And Craig hopes that Janie from Alabama is enjoying her first Christmas and New Year in Preston, and that she's also enjoying sitting under the tree, opening her presents in her Union Jack onesie. Imagine that. I need pictures, Craig, or it didn't happen. All the very best, Janie, for your first football match on New Year's Day, watching Preston North End, the mighty Preston North End versus Middlesbrough. I do hope you wear the onesie, because it could get quite cold in those stands at Preston. Okay, so up first then, the first question today comes from Jacob Fye, and Jacob asks a very suitably Doctor Who themed question, and it is, are you excited for the Doctor Who Christmas special? Not as excited as I am for the Ask a Brit Christmas special, although we'll see how that goes after 4 cups of this and a mince pie. But I'm actually really, yes, I'm truly horribly excited. Horribly is the wrong word to use there. I'm very excited for today's, it's not happening till tomorrow, episode of Doctor Who, in which we get a new Doctor and we get to see the very first Doctor. It's going to be emotional beyond all buggery. That's the wrong word again. I'm just too much. I've got to stop drinking or keep drinking this stuff. I'll come back to that later. But no, it's going to be amazing, Jacob. So I hope that I'm watching it at the cinema. Actually, the wife and I are going to a cinema around here. Not on Christmas Day, sadly. We have to wait 2 days after, so I can't go on the internet until 2 days after Christmas. Otherwise, people will ruin everything. Christmas. Usually. Next question, Mark Oldgeezer. Aha. Do the English put crackers on Christmas trees? I don't know, do they? Yes, is the because I've done it. Look, here's one. There's one we prepared earlier. We didn't prepare it. We bought it. But they're very nice. These are actually the Tom Smith originals. Not from over 100 years ago. They are replicas, but they're the kinds of things he would have created after going to France and being inspired by bonbons. And this is, I've showed you this last year. You just pull it with a partner. I'm still talking about the cracker. Did that joke last week and it landed flat then. And inside is a toy. I won't show you now because I've been given strict instructions to save these for later when we're having dinner. So it's going to go back on the tree. There's a little reindeer there. It looks a bit cold. It is snowing outside. And so that's that. Yeah, we do put them on the tree, Mr. Mark Oldgeezer. Okay, next question. These are 2 people ask questions on a similar line here. Pips K asks, and this came up in a conversation Pips K was having during an early Christmas celebration. And we were having a meal and wondered what figgy pudding was and what it has in it. My sister said I should ask my British friends. Well, it has figs in it. It's kind of a pudding with figs in it, I think. And it's kind of an old pudding. Like a lot of our puddings are. It goes back 400 years, I believe. It's not one that I myself have indulged in much. I don't know why. I think it's because I grew up on Christmas pudding, which kind of looks sort of similar, and you can set fire to both. That's fun. That's always good to light a blue flame. Keep your fingers away. Don't burn your fingers. You'll need those for Boxing Day and the rest of your life, presumably. So yeah, figgy pudding, that is just a pudding with figs in it, and you can put custard on it and all sorts. and presumably it's nice. And we have a follow-up question actually from Keith Myers, who quite rightly references that in the carol, "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," the carolers want figgy pudding. Is figgy pudding still made over in the UK? As far as I know, it is. I haven't really done too much research into this because I wanted this to be as spontaneous and as stupid and wacky as possible. But as far as I know, it is, yeah. If it's not, let me know. But it would be almost sacrilegious, I think, for the British to oust any of their puddings. It's like when the Toblerone was downsized, the British public went mental, and that's not even a British chocolate, it's Swiss. Next question comes from Uncle Fester's World. Adam's family started when Uncle Fester farted, and it says, Uncle Fester's World asks, are there any UK specific songs not sung in the US? What is your favourite of each? There are. I did a list of these actually on my website, lostinthepond.com, and in fact I'll share the link to this very article beneath this video. But there are a number of British Christmas songs that just never got any traction over here. One is Slade, Merry Christmas Everyone. And then you've got Chris Rea, "Driving Home for Christmas, I Can See Those Silly Faces," right? There's that one. And then Fairy Tale of New York, which oddly is about New York, but was sung by the Pogues and Kirsty MacColl. You will occasionally hear it here, but it's definitely not on the tongues of most people. So that one is certainly off the radar for Americans mostly. Mistletoe and Wine by Cliff Richard. No one's heard of it. No one's heard of it here, which is staggering to me. It's a huge song in the UK at Christmas. What's another? It'll Be Lonely This Christmas by Mud. Nope, no one's heard of it. Presumably because they already had a real Elvis Presley, but I could be wrong. So thank you for that question, Uncle Fester's World. And Kevin Thorpe, what do Americans eat if they don't eat Christmas pudding? That's a great question. Occasionally you will see Christmas puddings here available, just to point that out, but it is by no means the most popular dessert. As I've been pointing out on Twitter, and if you're not following me on Twitter, do so now, because then you can find out more of these kind of answers throughout the week. But at Christmas, Americans eat all sorts of puddings, so they'll eat even pumpkin pie left over from Thanksgiving, sweet potato pie, pecan pie is a big one. It's very much a southern pudding, but it's made it up into the Midwest. I am, by the way, speaking mostly to the puddings that I've encountered in the Midwest. These are all quite Midwestern ones, but yeah, fruit cake, which, is sort of similar to Christmas pudding in many ways, so they don't miss out entirely, but I don't know. I think the funny thing is, I think most British people don't even like Christmas pudding, do they? They like the tradition of it, because we are quite traditional in our sensibilities. I don't know. I've never really cared for it. I just know that you're supposed to eat it, and it can be set on fire, and that's cool. We're quite dangerous at Christmas. We like things that are quite explosive. Setting, Christmas pudding on fire, pulling a cracker, exploding it in kids' faces, and just generally having an explosive time. Plus, we watch The Sound of Music. So, next question, Anna Addison. What is your opinion of eggnog? It's an egg-based drink. You drink it at Christmas, you drink it at Thanksgiving, and all the days in between. Not all the days. That would be mental. You would have no teeth left. It's a sweet drink, and it can be mixed with stuff. It's all right. It's okay. But I prefer this. This is Advocaat. It's a Dutch drink, not British, but you mix it with lemonade to make Snowball, and this is a popular Christmas drink over in the UK, and that's something that I prefer. I know that eggnog in this country is somewhat of a divisive issue, and it makes you start talking like a Shakespearean actor from the past. No, that's actually what this does. It's coffee. I start talking like Alec Guinness. I also do that after drinking Guinness, quite appropriate. But no, I prefer Advocaat, I think. It just goes back to my childhood when my parents would let me drink Snowballs at the age of 8. So 20% alcohol. This is how this whole thing started with me. And the next question comes from Susie Q. Fresh Christmas tree or artificial? Well, we've gone for an artificial. We always do. We have cats. But you know what? When I was a kid, I did love the smell of a genuine tree at Christmas. And I never thought it was that hard to put up, honestly, mainly because I let my mum do it, and I just sat back and watched and enjoyed the results of it. But when I got older, I thought, yeah, okay, cool, we'll get a real Christmas tree. It makes sense because it is easy to put up because I didn't have to go through the commotion of it. And it turns out that I was vetoed on that every single year.
Why didn't you turn the lights on?
Lights, the Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Because they're plugged in behind the sofa and I can't get to them.
No, they're not. I changed it for you.
I wasn't made aware of that.
Yeah, you were.
You told me that after I'd had a snowball, so how am I going to remember that? Drunk. Although
Would you
I did.
like me to turn them on for you?
Yes, please. So, just an example of some of the camaraderie that we have at Christmas and every day of the year. It's a happy marriage.
Oh my gosh, the snow.
Yeah, it's snowing. She's only just realised. Tara's only just woken up, and it's 10:53 when we're filming this.
Well, that's not true. So I've been in the bathroom
filming,
getting ready for the day.
Getting ready for the day.
For like an hour.
I'm still in my underpants. I'm not going to show you that. But it is snowing outside. And so, I've been vetoed every year, but we do have cats. They did used to like climbing these things. In fact, in 2012, Kafka pulled one down to the ground. And so he was in big trouble over that. So, what are you doing? You're in the shop.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
This is live. It's not really. I can edit that part out if I want to.
So mean.
I won't, don't worry.
Look at all the snow. I'm so excited. I'm sorry I'm having like a freak out moment in the middle of your video, but snow is the best thing on earth.
So the show must go on, as they say in theatre, and the snow must go on, apparently, here in Chicago. And the next question comes from Disney Gamer, and obviously your parents had a sense of humour. That's just your YouTube name, I understand. What was your worst gift? And also, what English traditions, if any, do you and your wife follow at Christmas? Well, we listen to a lot of Christmas music, as we've said. We eat so much British food, like mince pies. Mince pies gets personified by a monster from a Disney film, which is appropriate, given your name. And we also have, what else do we do? That's
Christmas
British.
crackers.
Christmas crackers, obviously, yeah.
Do you want to pull one right now?
Pull one on air? You're kidding?
Yeah.
You said we've got to save these for dinner.
This
Where
way.
are you?
Ah.
Don't die. You nearly fell on the thing.
The cat thing.
Pull it.
Can they see me?
Oh, I don't know. Pull. 3, 2, 1. I won again.
No.
I've won. The first time in my life I've won something. Also, Christmas drinks, British Christmas drinks. I have to put the hat on.
But first you have to...
Joke. What does an astronaut do when he gets angry?
I don't know what.
He blasts off. I didn't write that. Charade book. Charade. Oh, playing charade. It's a book. That's not how you play charades.
No, too late. You already gave away the answer.
Yeah, the answer is James and the Giant Peach. Bit more specific than that. I should have done better. And then that's something I'm not going to read on air. Where's the toy? Where is the... Yes! Yeah, it's a puzzle. It's a thing. I'll work on that later. Ow.
You gotta wear the hat.
I don't want to wear the hat.
Wear the hat.
I've got this hat on. You already made me wear this one. I can't wear a second one. Sorry about this, Disney Gamer. Having a bit of a tiff in the middle of your question.
I think it's underneath you on that side.
What? Oh, there. There's the hat. Ooh, look at that. It doesn't fit. It's too tiny. That's tiny. It's for a baby. I'm not a... I haven't washed my hair, so I'm not going to... Basically, it goes on like that, and you wear it. All right.
Put it around your hat.
No. All right.
Yeah.
I'll do it later. And the penultimate question today comes from Heather Baisley, and Heather asks, are there any American Christmas traditions that you wished you'd had in England growing up? And also, what is the oddest Christmas tradition, both American and English, that you've encountered? Can't think of any odd Christmas traditions. Could you? Could you think of any?
The pickle.
Do you mean the pickle? Look at the hat. That's what I was referring to. Well, there is the pickle as well with
The
German
pickle.
people.
What
All right,
on earth?
yeah, but all right. Germans like to put a pickle in a Christmas tree, and you have to find it.
My
That's a
brother-in-law.
bit odd.
And now my niece.
Yeah, they do it. Yeah. So this is probably the oddest Christmas tradition, though.
I like the hat.
Oh, you might like the hat. I despise the hat.
Me and Jenna Coleman, we're the only people on earth that look good in them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I'm not Jenna Coleman. I'm also not you. I'm a bearded prat. All right, and so are there any American Christmas traditions that I wish I had in England growing up? Well, if
Pajamas!
Pajamas, no. If you count listening to songs like Feliz Navidad and what's some other good... I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, right? Brilliant pop songs for Christmas. Hello, what are you doing? He's got a red collar. Don't knock the tree over, you Get down.
Oh, he's
looking at the
looking
snow.
at the snow.
He's looking at the snow briefly, and then it frightened him. So it'd probably be songs. I'd take Feliz Navidad back there and listen to it, because it just doesn't really get any traction over in
That's weird.
the UK. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, no, absolutely. And the final question today comes from Brooke Jonas, and Brooke asks, what is your favourite Christmas movie? Has to be a toss-up between Love Actually, I know I'm a soppy sentimental, or It's a Wonderful Life, I know I'm a soppy sentimental. But I think, because Love Actually is the one I saw first, actually, out of the two, weirdly enough. I mean, I think It's a Wonderful Life is known in the UK, for sure. I just didn't grow up on it. But then I was introduced to it after moving here, and it is just brilliant, isn't it? I think I'm going to go on record and say It's a Wonderful Life is my favourite Christmas film of all time.
Yay!
And so that's it. And so with that, that concludes our Christmas episode here of Ask a Brit. So I do want to wish you all, wherever you are, a very, very happy Christmas. Notice I said Happy Christmas and not Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
Don't ruin it. It's Happy Christmas. Stop that. You
the cat thing needs to move.
Don't break your neck the day before Christmas.
We got this for them.
Yeah, this is the cat present we got
And
for
I
our
keep
cats.
tripping over it because I don't know where to put it.
We're rambling. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and also you can follow me right here on YouTube if you don't already do so. Be sure to also follow me on Facebook. And you can go to my website, lostinthepond.com. Join me next week on New Year's Eve for not a special New Year's Eve edition, but it's just an edition. It's volume 30, whatever we're at, the post-Christmas fallout.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.
And now bye from me. Good night. Cheers.